Ellen DeGeneres' secret husband Mark, Quentin Tarantino's weird obsession with Margot Robbie, and please somebody unwrap J-Lo's outfit already. And the winner is Pantsuits. We are talking 77th Golden Globes on NBC. The AfterBuzz After Show starts right now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I'm looking at everything and I'm thinking the music has already started, but our speeches have only just begun as we are talking the 77th Golden Globes on NBC. We are talking all things about them, and I have an illustrious panel amongst us. We watched it together, we lived it together, and now we're talking about it together. All the way to my left's left, the red carpet diva herself, Kitty Kaboom.
Thank you so much.
Exploding onto the scene.
Ooh, I do what I can.
With her expertise on all things red carpet, of course.
Of course.
We have the one and only, the award queen, the Emmy nominated Emily May.
Hey, girl.
Is in the building. That hey deserved an Emmy, actually.
Yeah.
But not a Golden Globe. No offense.
One day,
But
guys, one day.
a lot of women did not win today. We will talk about that. And of course, the glittery fashionista, the styled editrix.
Yes.
Ashley Foltz is in the building.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here tonight. Golden Globes, it's such a fun night.
And we are so excited to have you. Of course, by we, I mean me. I am the host with the most, Tehran Von Gosri. As we discuss the 77th Golden Globes, we will be breaking it down as thus. Of course, there are no Golden Globes without the style. We're going to talk some style no's and some yo's. We're going to talk about the host of the 77th Golden Globe, which one day will be me, but for now, it's Ricky Gervais. Such a hater, Kitty Kaboom.
I'm just saying.
We're going to talk about the presenters. Did any of these presenters stand out? Did they stand up? Who did we like and not like? The awards themselves, of course, we have to talk about awards. This is award season as we are amongst it. Categories and nominations, we're going to break each and every one down. Some of the shows we've seen, some of the shows we haven't, some of the movies we've seen, some of the movies we hated. We're going to talk about those speeches. Felt the same way about these speeches. Some facts and figures as we throw them out amongst ourselves. And we're going to have a wonderful special segment, Speech to Me, which is we will each give a Golden Globe speech to finish off the show, and so much more. Overall thoughts on this 77th Golden Globes on NBC. Kitty Kaboom.
I mean, at this point, after 77 years of doing the exact same thing, I just look for something that just makes me go, wait, what, and nothing like that happened. I mean, there were the usual suspects, right? We got the fashion, we got the people that we expected, we got the returns over and over and over. We got a couple of breakouts, I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty the same. A lot of white men doing their thing.
Which is completely understandable. Emily May, did you concur?
You know, I definitely feel like it was kind of a basic award show. They have their format, they stick to it. You know, they have their host kind of go in and out. And, you know, everyone kind of waits to hear what the big speeches of the night are and the fashion. And so I think we had a few moments of both, and we'll dive into that. But I feel like it brought kind of the classic, you know, Hollywood award show.
Oh, that's nice. You called
Classic.
it classic.
You gave it classic.
Right, you gave it classic. That was cute.
I don't know
That
if
was
the
cute.
glittery Ashley Foltz would agree.
I don't know that I would call it classic, but okay.
But if it's been 77 years, that's a classic.
That's true.
If you say so.
I'm not saying it's a good classic. I'm saying it's classic.
You guys should follow each other on Facebook and fight it out there. Ashley, what did you think overall of this award show?
I have to say I wasn't wowed, but also at the same time, it is what we all have come to expect from all the award shows. We're there just to hear basically these actors and actresses get their nominations and get their awards, and it's just a beautiful night where they're all celebrating and usually in a really great mood and dressed to the nines. So I love seeing it and just tuning in, whether something crazy happens or not. But yeah, did I want a little action to be going on? For sure. I did love Ellen, and I definitely love Tom Hanks. Those were the two standout moments of the night for me. And of course, the fashion was definitely the standout moment on the red carpet beforehand. That's usually my favorite part of the night. But other than that, yeah, Ricky Gervais was just awkward per usual, and it seemed like no one liked him, and it was, I don't know, that was my takeaway.
Who knows if anyone likes Ricky Gervais besides myself? I enjoy having a host with a comedic temperament. I did not see that from Ricky this year, nor did I see the speeches besides Michelle Williams, who gave an elaborate, wonderful, and inspiring speech and used the platform for actual good. I did not see that from the speeches either. However, I would give it a classic night because it follows the format of the Golden Globes.
True.
We're not expecting the Oscars yet.
As if
That's
the Oscars
next
come with some amazing thing
and
too,
this
but
is
we'll
like
get
the
to that.
first. This is the first major award show of the season.
So
you know, it starts off the year,
Right.
And so, and it's unique because you have both TV and films, and they're combined. They're all in one room,
Right.
And so you kind of have a whole mix of Hollywood in there, and so it makes it for a unique night.
I
It is a
enjoyed
unique
every
night.
minute.
That's not true. So we will
This is
discuss
true.
one of the things that I did not enjoy is the lack of diversity, whether it was racial diversity or gender diversity. Sure, we had women who won the typical quote unquote women awards. However, there was an apparent lack of diversity. What were your thoughts on this?
For me, I mean, I feel like I did see more diversity than we usually see.
Really?
Yeah.
Where you see that at?
I feel like in the past we haven't seen really any diversity, but this year I feel like there were definitely a lot more women. Like we saw the first woman, or the only woman that was nominated in the sound category tonight.
It was composition,
Composition,
music
yeah.
composition,
The score.
And that was amazing, the score.
And if you don't know where the voice of God came from, it is our own God.
It's our producer.
Ryan is in the back. The
Actually,
dynamic
wasn't-
duo, Ryan and myself.
I mean,
you know how that goes.
Wasn't actually patched in for that, but
Yeah.
yes, now I am patched in. You can hear me as the voice of
Beautiful.
God.
Thank you for joining us.
I mean,
sir.
one of the category that has been discussed, you know, once the nominations came out was Best Director.
Yes.
That for like Little Women, you know,
Greta Gerwig was
wasn't
not-
nominated,
yeah.
which, you know, once you see Little Women, you'll understand why she should have been nominated.
Totally.
And so, you know, I think there is always room for improvement, and there definitely needs to have more voices in the room.
Right.
Unfortunately, the people that are voting for these awards, like, you can't vote unless you're in the
I just
Hollywood
don't
Foreign
understand how
Press, so
after
you
all
have
these
to-
years and we're saying the exact same thing year after year, and it's the same
77
thing.
years, to
Exactly.
be
I'm
specific.
well, no, we haven't been crying about it for 77 years
Someone
because I
has.
don't think
Someone has.
someone's been in their mind crying about
Sure.
it maybe, but it hasn't actually been a thing. So it has been a thing for
Right.
at least 10
Yeah.
years. And so I'm a little, not even little, I'm a lot disappointed in the diversity or lack thereof. I did think it was pretty sad to see that not only women, but
Yeah.
I mean, the one person of color that won an award, he had to remind people that he actually has a show and that's why he won. Nobody was clapping because probably, as he
Rami
said, nobody
Youssef.
even knew
Yeah.
what the show was. Right. And I think that that's a sad state of affairs. Like, this is where we're at with it. Really, of all the places that, you know, we've come up so far. You know how we love to say that. And Obama's
Right.
been president. Come on, kitty.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Well,
So that was sad.
when it comes to the lack of diversity, I dislike forced diversity.
As
However,
do
there
I.
were a
Yes.
lot of good projects that came out this year
Mm.
that did represent people of color. And Ricky Gervais actually made a great mention, and it's unfortunate that it had to be mansplained, regarding no female directors. And the joke regarding
Right.
we're going to go back when studios just didn't hire female directors.
Right.
So that way it takes care of the problem.
So when you say that it's there, but what are we just not seeing it, or when you say that there's the diversity is present, are we somehow it's going over our heads?
I'm saying that it's not going over our heads, the audience and the public. It is unfortunately going over the voting members'
The voting
heads.
members.
How is this
and
still
when they are
happening?
forcing it turns out one way. And then when we feel that it's been
organic?
accomplished, it doesn't happen. So how can we fix this, in your
Well, I
opinions?
think Michelle Williams made a great point tonight. You can't expect to get different results when, I mean, not to, you know, keep harping on the same thing, but when white men are at the helm of everything and they are the voters, what are they going to be voting for?
That's
People
right,
who
Ryan.
look like them. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately.
So,
I mean, you
Despite
have
the
to,
fact that the content is so diverse, they still drawn to what they feel is a representation of their life, which is pretty much the go ahead for. I mean, the go ahead.
I mean,
it's been too many years that it's the same narrative, and it's just sad.
I mean, I feel like the only way really to I feel like that's why more women are like creating their own production companies.
Oh, yeah.
And starting their own and hiring women.
Reese
and
Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
And like
Jennifer Aniston.
and supporting women, and because we have to stick together and we have to fight for what we want. And
Yeah, we do. We need to stick
we have
together.
to get
I agree.
we have to get our voice out there, and if we don't, then
Yeah, and it's not just women. You're right. It's
It's not
race
just
as
women,
well.
but
It's a
it's-
sad
yeah,
state
but
of
It's
affairs.
across
I'm
the
just
board.
tired of
There are
talking about
stories.
it. I'd like to see the representation
I know.
actually
But we
happen. Can
have
we
to
stop
keep-
having the conversation
I know.
and actually move towards it happening? Can we have the happening part? When does that happen?
I know we got to keep working at it. That's why.
And
that's
what
the
does
hard
that
part.
do? Like you said, what would personally, I would vote new people into office. That would be my answer to this. That would be my solution.
Everyone has a story to be told, including white males. However, there are a lot of stories that need to be told, and we saw those. A lot of stories were told, of course, with the style that was represented on the red carpet and within the award show itself. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Style is worth 1,000,000. Let's talk about some no's and some yo's. Any no's that notably stood out?
Damn
I think we
right.
all have
I
the
think
same
we all
opinion.
have the same.
Yeah.
I think.
Sorry,
I think
J-Lo.
we're gonna say J-Lo.
J-Lo.
We love you, like
Honey.
cook food, girl. You kill it. But at the end of it, and I get it, you've been on the red carpet so many times. You've been in so many award shows. But this is the very first time you've been
Right.
nominated for something of this caliber. So it would seem like you would come in your usual suspects outfit. We would need to see body. Girl, you work hard on that thing. Why would you
I
have like a
know.
parachute with the bow? I didn't understand any of
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
was
she
confused.
has such an incredible red carpet history.
Yeah.
and
Right.
the fact that she
Exactly.
wore something that covers
J-Lo.
J-Lo does that completely covers everything up.
Here's the
And
thing
it's that
about J-Lo,
dumb
though.
bow.
She
What
loves
was
to
that?
take a risk, and she definitely loves to play with fashion. She's a total fashionista. She has two of the biggest stylists in Hollywood, Rob and Marielle, and I think they wanted to do something really different here with her. But honestly, I
was
feel
a
like
little
it
too
fell
different.
flat.
A little
Yeah,
too
it
different.
looked like
Yeah.
she was a present.
Jenny
honestly.
from the block should have left that outfit on the block.
It's too close
No
to Christmas.
question.
We're only 2 weeks out from Christmas,
Right, she
and she
looks
looked like a Christmas present.
ridiculous.
And
I
that's
love her, but that's just honestly
Not
what was my
just us,
takeaway.
of course.
The internet
The,
is
the social
Yeah,
media sphere
Twitter
has been
is
going
coming
crazy.
for that.
She has become a meme. Ryan, are we manning our online presence right now? We need that chat coming live. And of course, we
Yes.
appreciate each and every one of you who writes and comments. We love your opinions.
Of
You
course.
are, if
DM,
not,
tag your friends, make
as
sure they're
much
tuning in.
but more so a part of this panel than all of us.
I
So
mean, if
thank
you weren't
so
there to
much.
watch us, there would be no us. So we sincerely appreciative.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
We
to death.
appreciate all of you. So
And
that
the
was
back
a
and
no.
forth and the whole situation.
Any other no's that stuck out in your mind?
There weren't a whole lot.
I had a couple no's. I had Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was a no.
I'm sorry. Taylor Swift did look like.
Tay, I love you.
No,
you were a
I
no.
don't love you,
The
and you
print
looked a
was
mess.
not amazing, and the fit was not amazing. It looked too
Exactly.
big on her. It didn't do her any favors. She is tiny.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just did not love the way it swallowed her up.
Yeah, it was kind of like a tie-dye.
That's what I was about to say. It's
Her.
very
flower
tie-dye-ish.
theme, which just didn't work for her like skin tone.
It
and-
Charlize
None of
Theron,
it.
the green and black.
The green and black was
a lot of
weird
confused
with
faces.
the one boob and
I
then the
just didn't
green and
understand
the
that.
yellow. It gave her a little pooch.
Why
like she
the
had a
boob
fupa.
out? Like,
What was
I
the
just don't
fupa
understand.
about?
Yeah, the whole thing didn't work for me. And that color green was not sophisticated. It's not on trend.
And how
It seemed
hard is it to
Christmas
make
again.
her look bad? She's
Right.
freaking
I know,
gorgeous.
she's gorgeous.
So
And
to
same
put
body,
like
too.
idiot on her is I didn't get it. any of
Dakota
it.
Fanning got a no.
Oh,
First of all, Dakota Fanning looks ridiculous to me. I mean, she looked like a kid that just got kicked
Fell
out
out of
her.
Hogwarts.
That or like junior high prom.
How old is
Those
she now?
dumb
Is
shit
Leviosa.
glasses.
she's still a kid. She's like 18,
She's
right?
early
and she
20s.
looks
Early 20s.
12.
She
She,
did
looks
look-
stupid.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
I didn't
I
think
feel
she
like
looked
stupid is the
terrible, but
word.
again, I didn't think it was doing her any favors,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she didn't stand out. That's the thing. I think when you're dressing for an award show like the Golden Globes, you really want to make a statement and an impact, and it's your big night to shine. It's like our prom night, you know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Prom
But
night.
Yeah.
she literally looked like
But
prom.
I did
That's
notice
not a good
that
thing.
throughout the night there was a few dresses where there was a lot of big puffy sleeves.
That's a huge
So
trend right now.
there was
Yeah.
like Beyonce had
Kate
Kate
Blanchett.
Blanchett had big sleeves. Like it was a trend, and so. You know, Dakota Fanning had like what was it, lavender? I think it was lavender.
It was
Or
a
a
pink.
pink.
Yeah,
Pink.
but it was
Pink. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell on camera,
73-ish.
but
And
Yeah,
just
so
for the record, Dakota Fanning is 25 years old. Let's talk
25.
about some
Thank you.
yo's. Some of the yos that stood out, pantsuits were the clear winner this year. However, we had some yos where people were like, yo, Patricia Arquette, that got a yo. Maybe not
She
for the
looked
outfit, but for the
good.
outfit.
Definitely.
The sunnies, you guys. Oh my God.
That's what she do, boo.
She went with it.
She's so cool. She's way too cool
I
for
have to
school.
say, Patricia Arquette is the type of person that she just goes for it,
Yeah.
and she brings it, and
Yeah.
and like in her speeches, in her outfits, and so
Her speech
in
was
her
killer too.
yeah,
performances.
definitely. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every part of her. Her performances are always amazing.
Oh, we
She's
saw a
very-
lot of her.
Yeah,
we
and
saw a
we
lot
did
of her.
see a lot of her.
She
Yeah,
had more
that was
boobs
all-
than
that's
David
what
Arquette.
you're
She showed up
True.
with the globes, baby.
I have to say, I loved Scarlett Johansson's dress.
Scarlett
stunning.
Johansson got a yo.
Yeah,
She was in Vera Wang, a red, gorgeous, sweetheart neckline Vera Wang. It was a beautiful ball gown. I love that one.
I feel like that was like a classic Hollywood. She really can't go wrong. I feel like she does usually pick a very classic look.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
like that
it
a
worked
lot.
really well for her.
Yeah.
and it was good, a good highlight from when she presented.
Helen Mirren got a yo.
First of
She
all,
looked
you can't.
amazing.
Helen Moran is such a classic, like like as a human being from
She
top
is.
to bottom. I've never been disappointed
Right.
at what she has to say, at how she looks, how she presents herself. She's very well put together.
Yeah.
She's always classy. And she's
She looks
going,
amazing for her age.
Okay, I was about to
too.
say, I
Oh
hate
my
when we say the
gosh.
for the
I
age
know,
thing.
right.
I know it's really.
She looks
but-
amazing, period.
Just
Yeah,
period.
Looks
period.
great.
Hands down. Yeah, she was dope.
She's stunning.
But
she always is.
Priyanka Chopra got a yo.
Oh,
Yes, she did.
The bright pink was
That
amazing.
fuchsia
Neon
was
Oh my gosh.
everything. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I love the fact that she got butt and hips like a real woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she doesn't have any problems with hiding behind things
Right.
to try to mask it or like minimize it. She's like, this is me. These are my curves, and I'm proud of
Yeah,
it.
well, she usually picks like really bold colors on the
She
red
really
carpet
does,
because
yeah.
they work really well with her skin tone and her
Yes.
look. And like she
Stunning.
knows the colors that work for her.
Yeah.
And she really just takes it and went with it, and it really was beautiful.
I think so too.
My pick of the night, I have to say, I was obsessed with Zoe Deutsch. I believe that's how you say her last name. I loved her in The Politician. She was amazing. And tonight she was stunning in this really vibrant canary
I agree.
wool jumpsuit. You
Yeah.
cannot tell it was a jumpsuit from far away. You
Right,
thought
but
it
then
was
when
a
she
big
started
dress.
walking, you're like, what?
Right.
Those are pants?
She looked amazing, and I actually looked it up. And basically, she was wearing a Fendi wool jumpsuit, and she
Okay.
had 110 carats of diamonds
Oh my
in her
gosh.
That's it?
necklace with a blue stone. I was like,
Gucci
girl,
Mane's got
Did
20
she
more
have a
than that.
security guard with her?
I'm sure she did have security trailing behind. Usually you
Yeah.
do. It was Harry
Yeah.
Winston diamonds,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
Harry
sure it
Winston
cost
was-
a fortune.
Harry Winston himself was there watching.
making sure.
The spirit of Harry
That was
Winston.
amazing.
We saw a lot of glasses on
That was
Yeah.
interesting.
on a lot of different people. We
Mm-hmm.
saw these colorful glasses. Of course, Elton John, who's known
Mm-hmm.
for the glasses, almost to the point where taking them off was the first time we've ever seen his natural
That
eyes.
was weird. They
Harvey
was like, wait, who
Keitel,
is he?
Brian
Yeah.
Cox, even Patricia Arquette rocked some glasses.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, there was a
feel
lot
like
of sunnies going on.
It's a big trend right now.
I think it is trendy. I don't think
Is it? Yeah, look at you're a
Yeah,
trend.
my
You're a
glasses
trend.
aren't
It's so on
trendy,
trend.
even
Come
though
on,
they're
Tara.
Fendi. So we saw a lot of glasses being rocked on the red carpet, a lot of the styles. Any last comments on the styles that stuck out in your mind?
I mean, I loved that, like, Katie McKinnon, like, there was these great sparkly suits that
Yes.
the women were wearing because, and then Phoebe
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres, yeah.
Right?
So I feel like it was a really, like, I would totally do that because that's
Yeah.
comfy. You can still be glitzy and glamorous and, you know, look really fabulous.
Although
on
I
the
bet
red
they're
carpet.
really heavy. If you've ever worn anything hand beaded like that, those suits are probably still like they look comfortable, but are they really? I don't know. It's interesting.
don't know.
but
they're probably a
they're
lot more
gorgeous.
comfortable than like a dress
Than
that
a
you
full
have to
dress
be
that you
aware
have
of
to
and
do.
pull up when you're walking up
Yeah.
the stairs and pull up when you cross your legs.
But I loved it. I loved that.
Yada yada. Yeah, definitely the suit, the pantsuit was a winner, no questions, hand down.
I thought
I really
for me
appreciated
too,
that.
Reese looked insane tonight.
Yeah?
Reese is killing it in everything she does, every aspect. She has so many shows. She is producing so much. And tonight she showed up in all white. She just looked very simple, yet so glamorous. Her makeup was flawless. Her hair was slicked back. She just looked
Just very
classic
less
Hollywood.
is more.
Yeah, less is more. And she doesn't have to prove anything to anybody because she's already done so in everything that she's done. And this year, I feel like, is her year.
I don't
So
know why
love
I'm having
seeing
a
her.
brain fart, but what's the woman's name that stood beside her?
Jennifer.
No.
Oh.
Tiffany Haddish
Oh,
that
yeah.
presented the award.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
First of all, she can never go wrong. As we all know, she is
Yeah.
drop dead gorgeous.
Yes.
The figure
Gorgeous,
is
totally.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why she showed up with her own Golden Globe so that all the world could see. I mean, it is what it is. And she had a very simple, basic outfit, but she just can't go wrong. And every time, she's just such a class act. I love to see her show up.
And Tiffany Haddish looked really great too.
She
in
did.
the- in the
Amazing.
light
I like
pink.
that fuchsia outfit.
And I love how she just came out and she presented and just was herself. And
When
that
is
was
she ever
great.
not her?
Yeah.
When is she
I know,
ever not
she's-
her?
yeah.
She's never ever like conformed or said, okay, well, this is my time to like show up to the party or to the table. They've invited me for a seat at the table, so I have to kind of conform and fit into. No, never ever ever has she. And that's what makes her so relatable, so enjoyable,
Yeah.
and you want to go see her films because you know that she's not going to pull any punches.
She's real. Yeah.
But when they
totally.
presented together, it was like a good
It
balance.
was a good balance. Yeah, it was cute.
It was good. It was fun. And of course, Like a Boss is coming out. So please check that out.
I
Tiff,
can't
we know we love
wait.
you. Let's talk about the host, Ricky Gervais. We've seen Ricky before. And as the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press pointed out, maybe we will not see him again.
It looks that way.
Well, that was like the running joke. He even said it like, "Oh, this is the last time you're gonna see me."
So I'm going for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm
he
gonna
said
just
it's the
no
last
pulse
time, the
punches.
last time, just to point that out.
yeah.
I mean, you didn't see him very much. We did notice, right? You made the comment that we
Yeah.
saw him at the top. We saw him maybe a little bit in.
sprinkled in the middle.
Right, but clearly he said some things that they were not too happy about, so they cut the mic. They
Not
were
as much as we thought. Typically, Ricky Gervais has pushed that
pushed the
envelope
limit.
He has,
as far
quite
as
a bit.
possible. Definitely called president of the Hollywood Foreign Press a vegetable, Lorenzo
Yes.
Soria, and also made mention of Harvey Weinstein in the what? You guys did it. That was
Right, that was
a strong
hilarious.
one.
I didn't do it.
He also told them STFU to the
Yeah,
whole audience, and he was
right.
kind of like zero F's given all night to them. His only joke, or like I feel like stream of jokes, were all about the actors and actresses in the audience, and he was just going for it. He really didn't care what they thought. He said it should be a night of Netflix since they were basically taking all the awards. Then he called Apple. Said they were running sweatshops. I was like, oh gosh,
Right,
this is
where are
getting
we
awkward.
going with
yeah,
this?
I don't know.
his,
Stop.
Yeah, his opening monologue had like a mix of like a little bit of truth, but like trying to be hidden in a joke.
That's the
And
best
so-
form
But
of
I
comedy.
literally can't
It
catch
is,
my
but-
breath right now for the joke. So, I mean, at the end of the day, whether or not it was offensive or not, he got the laughs that he's a
did.
comedian.
He did, and
he pushed the envelope, and clearly he got what he needed.
Yeah, and in the beginning, you know, near the end of his monologue, he called the actors out that when they go up to do their acceptance speech to not like get political and to make it.
And of
you
course
know,
they did.
And and
Not
of
as
course,
many as possible,
they're going
as
to.
usual, to be honest.
true.
Yeah,
so-
that's true. Well, somebody got a little scared,
So
but I
it's
appreciate the
interesting.
brave ones that were willing to speak.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't as controversial his opening monologue as it could have been.
That's true. It just made me cringe though. I
Yeah.
was not comfortable with it
Yeah.
at all, and I felt like I don't know. I'm like,
I don't
can
want to
we-
be comfortable.
Can we get a new host though? I don't know. It's just not working for him.
They've tried that. It didn't work out.
That's
Just
true.
I don't want to sit in my comfort zone ever about anything. I want to be uncomfortable.
Or
I
it
want
can
to
be
push
like
the
the
envelope.
Emmys where there was no host.
And that did so well.
I feel like that's just boring. We have to have a host.
That sucked. We all know
Yeah.
it sucked.
I
We
mean,
watched
it was
it
rough.
and we were
It was rough.
literally like, wait, is it still on?
What's
oh, my
happening?
bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
we didn't see so
Horrible.
much. But we didn't see so much of Ricky Gervais throughout this show that like
That he made
did
the
we-
show,
Yeah,
right.
he didn't really
Yeah.
make
Well,
the
that
show.
could've
Yeah,
been-
but he definitely
so-
contributed
That
to
could
our
have been a
laughter.
production note. That could have been stop letting him go out
I think
after
that
a
is
couple
what
things were
happened.
said.
Yeah.
Simply because of how we did end with the "kill me, we're nearly done" and the Harvey Weinstein joke, which clearly
Yes.
was not. No one gave the okay on that one. That one was.
No, that was-
But
when,
to
you
ex-
could tell when he was reading off the card.
Yeah, no question.
It
But
was
to
not in a teleprompter. That's what I took from it. I was like,
Sure.
if he's having to read off a card, which
Right.
I saw him do multiple times, these are his side jokes that he does not want anyone else seeing in the teleprompter.
I was
No.
kind of surprised at how there was not so much mention of Weinstein or Matt Lauer or
That's true.
Kevin Spacey or any of the usual suspects.
But again, he
that-
didn't have the airtime to cover all that. He literally, we saw him maybe, 4 times throughout the show? There weren't that many.
That's true, but he
times,
did
so-
make sure that he made mention.
I would
so
love
at
to
least
know
it got in there.
If you
somehow.
all loved Ricky Gervais at home, let us know in the
Yes.
in the
Yeah,
comments
how do you
below.
feel?
What were your thoughts
We'd love to
on
hear that.
Ricky?
Comment us.
yeah.
Any presenters stand out? Any presenters, the duos stand out in your mind?
Sheesh, I want to
mean,
say
you-
something.
You opened the show
Say
with
it.
Jen and Reese, which I thought was really great
Yeah,
because
I
I
love
love them. But
Yeah.
there was nothing outstanding besides just knowing like that they're doing the morning show, that they're total boss babes, and they're really killing it right now. and they're so supportive of other women in the industry, which I really love.
I
But
will
that's it.
say, I don't know about presenters. I got to give that some more thought because nothing comes to mind. But I will say that your man, Mr. Jaqueen, how do you pronounce
Joaquin
his name?
Phoenix.
Joaquin. Why am I
Joaquin.
trying to call him a J? Thank you. The fact that he put his award down on the floor and then proceeded to just talk nonsensical. I mean, what did we expect? Like, that's kind of his steez, right?
Oh, we're
Like,
gonna
that's-
definitely
We're
get into
gonna dive
speeches.
into
that.
We're gonna
Okay.
get
Dive into
speeches.
that.
My bad.
Presenter that stuck out,
Presenters.
Emily May.
Presenters.
I feel
Yeah.
like Katie McKinnon was like her intro
She was
for Ellen DeGeneres
dope.
was a beautiful introduction to
It
that
was.
award, and I think it spoke to a lot and touched a lot of people that were watching.
Yeah.
And I think it was a really authentic moment that I really appreciated.
I
As
loved
did
it
I.
too.
As did I.
Well,
I
for
agree.
me, it's going to have to be Will Ferrell and Pierce Brosnan,
Yeah.
who were my spirit animals, alongside
animals.
Tiffany Haddish and
Yes.
Selma Hayek,
Right.
who were completed my soul.
That's
Oh,
what's
I
up.
love that.
That's who they were
Wow,
to me.
your
Love it.
soul. And here I was under the impression that you didn't have one.
I
That
don't.
is awesome.
Let's talk about some of these big awards that we did see. We saw Tom Hanks win a big award. We saw Ellen DeGeneres win a big award.
Yeah.
And we also, of course, enjoyed their presentations as well. Let's talk about Ellen DeGeneres winning the Carol Burnett Award for Excellence in Television, and Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McKinnon. Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I mean, Kate McKinnon, to me, is a hell of an actress. She's really good at what she does. The fact that she's able to morph into these characters and literally like become them and give us the impression that we all find to laugh at is great. So for her to be the presenter for Ellen, I thought was befitting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's Ellen DeGeneres has gone through so much in the span of her career, personally and professionally, and so I think it's such a wonderful and powerful moment to have her receive this award.
Right.
And like I got teary-eyed like during the montage part because she has gone through so much and had to sacrifice a lot, and the fact that she does give back and she does try to spread kindness and humor and love because the world is so crazy that I think that yes, this is like another award to add to her canon, but she's also seems to be such a great person.
Yeah. I was honestly just, it made me stop and think. You never really think how much Ellen has done in her career, but the fact that she's had her show on for 17 years
Right?
blew my mind. I didn't know it was that long, and
Exactly.
it did make me sit back and think, wow, she does give so much back to the community. She's always so uplifting. She's so inspiring just to watch. And
Right.
then the fact that she had to come out on the show and then she lost the show and everything that's happened to her, and she's overcome everything. And I feel like she is the new Oprah. Like Oprah had that talk show forever and she was like our everything. And now, I mean, obviously Oprah is still everything. She's
Oprah's still Oprah.
She's the
Oprah's
queen.
still
Let's be
Oprah.
clear.
How about
Let's be
Oprah's
clear.
still Oprah and Ellen's still Ellen, and we let
Yes,
them have their own
yes.
lanes
Ellen
that
is
don't
their talk
intercede.
show
Yes.
queen now. Ellen
Yes.
has taken over the talk show realm of things, though, and she's done
Yes.
a great job with it. Because remember, Oprah used to like, you get a car and you get a car.
Right.
No, Ellen's giving so much
You
back
get
to
a
the
scholarship.
community.
You get a
Yeah.
scholarship. You get a scholarship.
Exactly. She does
Her
a great deal of
speech
work
was
in that.
wonderful. She
It
gave. It was funny.
was.
She touched on my husband Mark and Ruth and Fiona. Kids we know she doesn't have with a husband she doesn't have. And of course, Katie McKinnon talking about her own gayness was very open
Her
and
gayness.
revealing.
Yes.
What a great
So
word.
that was a great way to have it. Tom Hanks also won a huge award, Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Right.
Charlize Theron and Tom Hanks. But let's get into some of the real awards that we love to talk about.
Wait,
so
is Tom
much.
Hanks not a real award?
Tom
That
Hanks
was a
is
pretty
real
awesome award.
And he is the movie soundtrack to our lives. But
He kinda
what
is.
else
He
is
is.
very real is that we have 10 minutes left to go over a lot of things.
A lot.
And as much as I appreciate, I would love to talk about the best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. Of course,
Yeah.
we had the usual suspects, Kathy Bates, Annette Bening, Jennifer Lopez, Margot Robbie, Jennifer Lopez, who is nice as a newcomer for Hustlers, but of course, Laura Dern
Yes.
won for Marriage Story.
Yes. As she should.
I loved her in Marriage Story. I also just saw Little Women and was obsessed with her in Little Women too. She did a phenomenal job, and she so deserved this award. She's definitely been a staple on the scene forever. We actually saw her in a clip on Ellen's show back in the day, which I forgot that she was on that show, but
Yeah.
I love her. I
On the
think
coming
she's
out
phenomenal.
moment of all shows, right?
Yeah, and then of course on Big Little Lies, I'm a huge fan of her too.
Oh
so
my
she's killing
goodness.
it right now.
She is. And that character on Big Little Lies impressed me so well because I've never seen her take that stance. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's always dope to see an actor that you look at as like cuddly and lovable and
And a
positive
mom.
and a mom,
Yeah.
and then come on the screen and just be like, ah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like, what happening right now?
I mean,
so I
yeah.
appreciated the hell out of that.
Yeah, I mean, Laura Dern's portrayal of the lawyer in Marriage Story is such so authentic, so real. It's a strong, powerful woman. It's really well written, and she has been a staple of Hollywood and movies and TV for a really long time.
Did you guys think that role was authentic? Or I'll say this: did you think that the woman that she was portraying was authentic?
Like I know someone just like her.
No.
Do
totally
you? In the Hollywood scene, that's a
I feel
power
like
attorney.
No,
yes.
I was like,
I feel like
ew.
when you're that type of like divorce attorney, you definitely have to be like that. Especially, I feel like if it was reversed, if the genders were reversed, we might think something differently. But I feel like because she's a woman and playing some...
That's right. I'm that woman. Thank you, Laura Dern, for speaking for people like
Lord.
me. We also had a best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Of course, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, so the who's who of the mafia, Tom Hanks for Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins, or should I say Sir Anthony Hopkins, and winner is Brad
Pitt.
I'm so good looking Pitt.
We didn't see that coming at all.
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's a surprise win.
It was.
Brad Pitt
he was really
much
good.
Deserved, though.
He was really
much
good.
deserved.
It's been a while since he's been kind of in a role like this.
What did you say, 1995?
1995, I think, was the last win he got
That's
Golden Globe.
Crazy.
Wow.
That is literally
I told you guys this earlier.
Okay.
I thought he played the best redneck. Brad Pitt is a glamorous movie star in
Is
all of
he?
our eyes. To me, he is. And in this movie, I totally believed he was like this, like living in a trailer, sort of like.
So you believed he was Matthew McConaughey when he was really Interesting.
But Matthew
He-
McConaughey, no,
From
there's a
Shawnee,
difference.
Oklahoma.
Let's be
not
clear.
forget.
No.
Shawnee,
Let's.
Oklahoma. You can take the movie star out of Shawnee, Oklahoma, but you can't take the Shawnee, Oklahoma
out of the movie star. At the end of the day, I appreciated his role in this movie.
Yeah.
I thought he played it in such... There was a comfortable ease to it that I really related to. I am nowhere near somebody's country redneck, clearly. You know what I mean? But I do like the fact that everything about the role was just like, you need me to drive you, that's what I'll do. Yeah. Like, there was no conflict. There was no angst. There was no back and forth. So it seemed as though it was a role that he could easily have fallen into, but the wrong person casting it might have screwed that up. So he was deserving.
Any surprises in the nominations in this category? Tom Hanks, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Joe Pesci, Al Pacino, and of course the winner, Brad Pitt.
I mean...
The who's who, right?
I mean, it is the who's who. I mean, The Irishman, obviously 2 nominations. I think
The Irishman was the favorite.
Yeah, I think The
probably to
Irishman was
win,
the
but
favorite.
Brad Pitt was a total surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise for us. I think
Yeah,
we
and
all were
I
like,
really,
what?
really enjoyed him.
Yeah.
I enjoyed his role actually more than I did that of Leonardo DiCaprio. Not that he didn't kill it, but it was just the different character definitely struck me as more authentic than the other.
Well, another big surprise was, of course, for the win for a movie that hasn't come out yet, at least to the general public. However, came out Christmas Day for everyone in limited release. Sam Mendes wins Best Director of Motion Picture for 1917, alongside the nominees Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, Todd Phillips for
Bong
Joker,
Joon-ho.
Martin Scorsese for Irishman, and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We did see a lot of Tarantino, so don't worry, Tarantino fans.
Yeah.
Sam Mendes, 1917.
I mean, this is a huge surprise because it's been in a limited release. We've seen a lot more marketing coming out. I think in a week they said it was going to release
The official
for
wide
the official
release.
wide release.
Yes.
And again, there's a lot of like technological cinematography elements that and that they used for this film that's going to come out. You can read all about it. But the way they use the cameras and stuff, and it's going to be like another epic war story.
No question about that.
Yeah, no question about that.
I wish
So
I
I'm
would have had a
surprised.
bigger chance to see it.
Yeah, I
I would
wish
have
I would-
seen it before tonight. But
Not me.
it is
I
what
don't
it
want
is.
all that heavy stuff on my psyche.
But
I
it's
have to pick and
amazing.
choose how much I put into
Yeah.
myself. I can't deal with all that. I'm glad that he won. Obviously, he deserved it. Well, that's not obvious, but I'm glad that he got it. I'm glad if he was deserving of it because of whatever, the cinematography, the casting, the writing, all the things that we can imagine that went into this project, awesome. I just have to bide my time in terms of what I... Yeah, got to balance it out.
it's
Little
ama-
comedy, little heavy.
But it's amazing that he was going to get Martin Scorsese, and then you get it. And
I
that's
know. We
incredible.
always think Scorsese's going to win. It's Scorsese, people. Best screenplay went to Quentin Tarantino, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And when you win for best screenplay, you
think
can
you're
only
gonna-
thank yourself.
I mean, you write your
because
own
you
checks.
wrote it, right?
Right.
You write-
Alongside,
And that's what he let us know.
and
He definitely
Noah
did.
Baumbach for Marriage Story, Bong Joon-ho and Han Jin-won for Parasite, Anthony McCartan for Two Popes, and Steven Zalian for The Irishman. So
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Tarantino comes up on top for that one. Well-deserved, yes or no? A lot of on the
I
panel.
mean, I enjoyed Hollywood. I thought that was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was well done.
I thought it was really good.
I
But
did too. I
best
thought some breakout
screenplay, I think that
roles.
would be a. I don't know. I can't decide on that one. I think I would probably give it to Marriage Story.
As
over,
would I.
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Well, one that seemed very deserving, as I heard the screams when they won, Best Motion Picture Animated went to Missing Link. Beating out Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, Lion
Yes.
King, and Toy Story 4.
Lion King, I thought was gonna take it, guys.
No, that's because of the name power. That is totally
Yeah.
because of who was in it, who voiced
Okay.
these characters. That doesn't mean they're amazing. Please be hot.
Yes.
Don't come for me.
If you have
I
not-
love Beyonce to death, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, as a voiceover actor, this is how I make my part of my living. I just don't think that she is the everything of everything. Everybody has their space and their place. And
Emily May is a big fan of the Missing
I
Link.
am
Okay,
such.
moving right along.
I love Beyonce, but I have to say, Missing Link is one of the best animated films I have seen in years, and it is. You have to watch all the behind the scenes stuff about how they made it.
Right.
It
What
is
kind of
so
film?
incredible.
There's
Motion
It's
something
stop
special.
motion.
Stop motion.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. They have like live sets, they're painting and miniature sets. It's so incredible. And like Frozen's fun and Lion King is fun, but this is so
It's well done.
so
It's well done.
innovative and so original.
Well, on
Yeah,
a
from
budget
start
of
to
$100
finish,
million
I agree.
and a box office of 26.2, it does need more viewers,
does
but
need-
it
it
doesn't
does.
need any more awards because it definitely won. We have
Good
a
to
best motion picture
know.
for foreign language. I don't know how many of us watched it. However, something that was brought up was when Parasite won, Bong Joon-ho spoke to Kitty Kaboom regarding subtitles.
He spoke to me directly.
Directly, you made a
You said a
comment,
comment.
And then
Beating
he
Out Les
spoke.
Miserables, Pain and Glory, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and The Farewell. Parasite and the director said, we need to learn to read more subtitles
Well,
and
what
not
he
let
said
it
was, if you're able to see
scare us
past
off.
that, if you
The
exactly
1-inch barrier.
There we go. He
Yes,
called it the 1-inch
exactly.
barrier and said basically people are not willing to sit still and watch certain movies because they have to do the work of actually watching, processing
reading.
it through reading. And I think that's sad. As an avid reader myself, I have no problems with subtitles. I think it is sad that we are not willing to be a part of a whole new genre or a new pool of interest simply because we have to read. That speaks so much to American laziness. I don't want to get into that. That's a whole rabbit hole we'll go down. But
Yeah.
I did. You're right. He said something. I said something, and then he responded.
He
like,
did respond.
I hear you,
he did
girl.
respond, and I'm putting on the music because we were talking best original score, motion picture in a male-dominated field.
Yes.
We did have the winner, deservedly so. Hilda Goldeniter
Look at
Joker
you!
won the award.
Do it again, boo. Do it again.
I don't even know if she could do it again. Let's discuss
She-
Hilda.
Yes. I mean, it's incredible.
killed
She won for the Joker, and she also the last Emmy award she won for Chernobyl.
Yes.
For score, and
Another
so again,
heavy movie.
she's a very heavy, very heavy movie. So again, she's a powerhouse,
Yeah.
and I am so happy to see a woman take this
Me
category
too.
and represent it because score and music, it helps tell the story just as much as the actors and just as much as casting and writing.
Yes.
And so I'm super happy for her and excited to see this win.
Well, we had a Best Original Song, and of course, it's no surprise that Elton John, I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Elton John and Bernie Taupin won, beating out Cats, Beautiful Ghost, Into the Unknown, and of course, Beautiful Ghost, by the way, Andrew Lloyd Webber, who has enough awards to
Yeah,
make a house
exactly.
of his own. Into the Unknown, from Frozen 2, Spirit from Lion King, and Stand Up, which was the surprise put out because it was on the movie Harriet. So I'm Gonna Love Me Again, Elton John. I don't think there was a surprise there, no?
No.
Not at all.
Elton
Not at
John's
all.
supposed to win
Yeah,
that. It's
popular
original
pick.
song.
It's a popular pick.
Yeah, it
the
goes
pick.
without saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Plus, it's Elton. Give him his flowers while it's
Another
still here.
very popular pick was the best television series, a drama, Succession. It was the name that was mentioned time and time again, beating out Big Little Lies, The Crown,
Ew.
The Crown, Killing Eve, and The Morning Show, which won was nominated for awards, but no one felt that it deserved it.
I didn't
No.
get that. I'm not a
What, the morning
Succession
show? Or
fan. No,
Succession?
I'm just not. I watched it. I tried. I did my best to get into it. That's all I can say. There were definitely shows that moved me in way greater. The Politician was amazing.
I'm with you on
Yeah,
everything you're saying
right?
right now. Succession, I think got 5 episodes in, and I kind of
You
lost
watched for
interest.
5 and you
Yeah.
were good? I watched for 2 and was just like, this
I heard
is
season
nonsense.
2 is better though.
Yeah.
I
When
heard
you
that
have to
once
say
you get
things like
past-
season 2 is better, maybe it's not that good.
Exactly. If I
That's
have
a
to watch it
problem.
that
However,
far.
Succession has a lot of fans.
So what do you think
Huge
got
fan base.
people hype and got them to win these awards? Because for me, I was literally like, "You've got to be kidding me! This is, it was just stupid." I didn't see the. I
Well, I
didn't
wanted
enjoy
The
it.
Crown to really win too, and
And The Crown is so well done, yeah.
The Crown is
The
an
Crown is
amazing
lovely.
show.
Yeah.
It's a lovely
But it didn't win.
performance.
I'm
Yeah.
part of that after show, so if you're watching us on AfterBuzz, make sure to tell your friends to spread
And I'm
the word
part
on
of
the show.
Succession.
Yes, he is.
So you suck.
We've succeeded from Ryan. Best television series,
kidding,
musical or comedy. That was very mean, Kitty Kaboom, but we expect that from Kitty Kaboom.
Hey.
Fleabag won, beating out Barry, The Kaminsky Method, Marvelous Miss Maisel, which
Yeah.
is usually
It's
the
the
one that
right.
wins
That's
everything.
the one that
And The
sweeps.
Politician, Fleabag, that is the newcomer. to the
Clearly.
stage.
Totally. There's a cult following to Fleabag, so I totally get this. I'm personally not a fan. It's again one of those shows all my friends said you have to watch it.
Right.
I got 4 episodes in, and it's just the humor is not my type of humor. So I had to move on, and I was really hoping for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to
As
take
was
this
I.
one.
Yeah.
But-
She's really good at what she does.
Yeah, I mean, but Fleabag is like this is like finishing its award season. Like it won
Yes.
tons of Emmys, and
Right.
so it's just gonna fill.
And it's the
Phoebe's
newcomer.
case
The
of-
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has seen a lot of success and has garnered a lot of awards in past award seasons. So it's okay. We'll give Fleabag this
Yeah,
one.
sometimes on like later seasons they don't win
We'll
as many
concede
awards.
the Fleabag this time.
Yes.
I don't
But
think you
moving
suck,
on.
Ryan. Just to let you know, I don't think you suck.
Oh my gosh!
Tune
Don't
into
make
the
that a
Succession
thing.
After Show.
We're
It's on
gonna, have to,
iTunes.
we're gonna have to
Ryan.
highlight some things very quickly. Best television limited series, Chernobyl, also not a surprise. Only one that came in close was, of course, Foss for Dawn.
Yes.
Best performance by an actress, limited series, Michelle Williams, and that amazing speech she gave.
Incredible.
That we need to
That
speak about.
was epic.
That speech, please.
She
Yeah,
was-
I mean,
Not
she
my place to
just-
even
It
speak on.
spoke to my soul.
But this is what she does, though, right? Like, you've never, ever seen her in a public forum where she shied away from anything that spoke to her soul. Period, point blank. Going as far back as 10 years when she was with Heath Ledger and he
Right.
passed away, and people just kept delving into her personal and trying to get stuff out of her. And she was like, check this out. I'm going to say this one time and one time only. That was my husband. I loved him. We had a kid together. Done. He's
Yeah.
over. He's gone. I'm moving. We don't need to, like, you're not about to, you know what I mean? Poke the bear. I'm okay
Yeah.
with my life. I really am inspired by this woman because she keeps showing us time and time again that she stands grounded in her belief. She will not shy away from what she believes in, and she will not allow you to bully her into silencing or manipulating her words so that she doesn't come out the victor. I love that she spoke, and who was in the background cheering
Tiffany
her on?
Haddish.
Tiffany, preach.
She was like, girl, go.
Pro-choice.
Yes.
Yes, that's right,
Pro-choice.
pro-choice. I mean, yeah.
Because
so
you
I
have
really
a lot
love
of the
this
same
chick.
people voting on our movies, voting on women's
issues
bodies.
that are
So her whole
Damn,
stance
Skippy.
tonight was about women's right to choose. And I think coming from a person like Michelle Williams, who is so classy and elegant, and honestly, she's really quiet a lot of the
She
time. When you see her in
is.
interviews, she's definitely conservative. So to see her speak her truth and devote her entire acceptance speech to bettering our
Right.
community and our lives and females' lives, I thought was just so commendable and amazing. And she looked gorgeous while doing it.
How about
and
that?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
seeing her.
The Amazon was probably the only thing that was discussed as much, if not more, than
Australia.
women's rights.
Australia.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Australia.
Amazon.
Thank you.
And they're all
important
on
too.
fire. That's what makes
right.
it worse. Best performance by an actor, Russell Crowe. Didn't even know he was on a show. Best performance by an actress in a television series, Olivia Colman from The Crown, who everyone was
Yeah.
excited for.
Everyone.
Yes.
And gave the most English of all speeches as
course
she
she
came
did.
So
in.
cute.
I didn't even know who's going to win. I didn't
Exactly.
prepare.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, Brian Cox for Succession. We were all hoping for Billy Porter from Pose.
Yes.
Best performance by an actress, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag.
Yep.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical, or comedy. I have to give a shout out to my brother in arms, Rami Youssef, Egyptian's own. Rami was an amazing show for any of those who have not seen it on Hulu. It is not the Arab tale. It is not the Middle Eastern story. It is not even the Arab American story, which it is about. It is specifically about Rami, and it's true to who he is, and I'm very proud of him.
As
Best
you should
performance by an
be.
actress, Patricia Arquette, who we all loved.
Yes.
And we know the big awards. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role, Stellan Skarsgård, who now has eyebrows, and best performance by an actress, Patricia Arquette, on The Act.
Also, we didn't mention Renee Zellweger.
Yes,
Winning.
Renee Zellweger, her big win.
I was shocked that she took that award.
It's her comeback story,
It's her
right?
comeback
It's amazing.
story.
She said she hadn't been there in 17 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And she honestly did a phenomenal job. I actually watched Judy last night.
Did you?
I did. And it made me cry. It was
Aw.
just so like I started researching Judy so much after. She did not remind me of Renee Zellweger. She had me totally convinced
Oh yeah, that she was her.
Judy.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and Judy Garland is such an iconic artist, and everyone knows who she is. And so to play such a role and be completely blown away and like completely transform yourself
Yes.
in a way that like you can't even tell the difference takes a huge team, and I think it's a testament
She was
to
so deserving.
to the work that Renee did to prepare for it.
Yeah.
Can we just speak for a minute about how Hollyweird does what it does? It's not even about what you did last; it's about what you're doing currently.
Oh, it's
no
all about
one
what you're
wants to
doing
care.
now.
No one wants to hear about what you might have been picked for, what you have an audition for, what you might be up for. None of that matters. So I say that to say, for Renee to show up,
Yeah.
17. Are you freaking kidding
Yeah.
me? The fact that they allowed her to audition for this role, let alone give it to her, and believe enough in her to say that we're going to put all forces behind you, and we believe that your hiatus was, obviously it was self-imposed, and she decided that's what she wanted to do, was step away. But how many actors do you know that are able to do that, come back, and then win an award?
Robert Downey Jr. Let's talk about Best Motion Picture Drama 1917, Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. By talk about it, I mean we're just going to make sure that you know that's what happened. Let's get to our very fun last-minute special segment, Speech to Me. I want a quick 2-sentence speech that you would give if you won a Golden Globe. Kitty Kaboom.
Thank you so much for just inviting me to the party. I'm so grateful to be here. I cannot believe that this is happening. I have to give all honor and glory to my higher power. I believe everything happens for a reason. My son is awesome. My mom is even better. I'm just so excited. I don't want to cry, so I'm going to go.
Run-on sentences can be your
Shut it
special power. Let's talk Emily May, Golden Globe.
Thank you so much. This is an incredible, incredible honor. I am so excited. This is like the night of my life. Thank you to my husband who brings me coffee all the time, and for everyone that worked on this show. It means the world to me.
Ashley.
Oh my God, you guys, I can't believe I'm winning tonight. Thank you so much. This has been a lifetime dream. Thank you to my husband and my son Smith. I love you guys so much. You're my everything.
And of course, mine would be, hey, Karen, remember me? How about prom now, huh, Karen? That's right, 77 Golden Globes on NBC with style, with the panel of Harlem Golden Globe Trotters. None of us are from Harlem, and none of us have Golden Globes.
You know where I'm
Let's find you if you want to be found, Kitty Kaboom.
My name is Kitty Kaboom. You can find me on IG at KITTIEKABOOM.
You can find me at Emily May Heller on all social media platforms.
And I will be doing that, Emily May, and of course, Ashley Foltz.
You can find me at Ashley Foltz on Instagram and The Style Editrix on Twitter and other social media channels.
And of course, I am Tehran, literally at I am Tehran all across the board. And find me hosting and paneling on a slew of other AfterBuzz after shows, because all of your favorite TV shows are my favorite TV shows too. Until the 78th Golden Globe, where I may or may not be hosting, we bid you farewell and hope to see you again.
Bye, guys.
Indeed. Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.